Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and today we've got the pleasure of watching Johnny K97 playing in their AE Phase 1, and you might have noticed the Wargaming are currently testing out new stealth tactics inside World of Tanks, and unfortunately no matter what I try and do I can't get the engine sounds to be able to work in this replay. If you know how to get them working, do let me know in the comments down below. If not, you're just going to have to make do with a silent engine, but that will just mean that there's no distraction away from all of the large explosions that Johnny is going to be creating later on in this battle, as he has to try and deal with an absolutely frightful situation to be able to try and secure this game. Now, I'm in a very good mood, which is why I wanted to feature Johnny's replay today, because it's a real good game that I like. I like commentating on other people's replays more than I actually like commentating on my own gameplay. And it was a pleasure to see that Johnny uploaded an incredible game in the AE Phase 1 and put my name in the title on the What Replays website, which is the best way to be able to get my attention for games. Now, I'm not promising that I'm going to watch every single game that's uploaded onto What Replays, but if it's as exceptional as Johnny's, yeah, I might. Now, why am I in a good mood today? Because for the first time in years, I'm actually going to take a holiday. And not a holiday where I'm traveling to go to a TwitchCon, where I'm going to either stream or I'm going to work. No, it's just going to be a holiday where me and Tanya take 10 days, more like 11 or 12 days actually, and we just don't do any work. Outside of possibly sharing a few of the moments on Instagram. So if you didn't know that I had an Instagram, or you just want to be able to follow along and have a few of the see me, what does QuickyBaby do in the wild when he's actually unchained from his PC, then I'll link through to my Instagram down below. It's QuickyBaby TV, because I couldn't have QuickyBaby because one of you took it. Thanks for that, whoever that was. Very kind of you. Now, you all might be thinking, oh no, panic! What am I going to do for the next couple of weeks without QuickyBaby? Well, in true QuickyBaby fashion, I've actually decided, well, I haven't decided. I went and I've prepared 6 videos for release. And so I've kind of worked twice as hard the last couple of weeks to be able to not only produce 4 videos a week for that time, but also to upload 6 videos to release while I'm away. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to be able to get them. It's still amazing to me that only about 40%... I've got to pause the replay for 1 second here because I actually have to limit the frames, otherwise it's going to be a little bit laggy. But I'm not restarting now. I think that introduction was about as good as it can be. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying about subscribing? Oh yeah, literally only about 40% of people who watch my videos are subscribed. And considering recently that I've had less views on my YouTube videos than ever before, I think I just realized how much I depend on YouTube to actually send my videos to people who are actually watching it. Bizarre. So I feel actually quite vulnerable right now, probably more than ever, which is quite surprising. I'm in such a good mood, to the YouTube algorithm. So if you're watching this video and you're wondering, where have all the QuickyBaby videos been? Then make sure you subscribe and sign up for notifications if you want to, because recently I've had people reaching out and telling me that they haven't even been receiving the videos in their feed. It'd be a shame for you to miss out on all of those, the extra tank content that I've stretched myself to produce the last couple of weeks, so you can still have something to enjoy even while I'm on holiday. So, Johnny is playing the AE Phase 1, and he's going to show you exactly how awesome this vehicle is. Not just on a ridgeline, but yeah, it's a real good one in a ridgeline. This is a reward vehicle which pretty much everyone can get in a single season of a battle pass with their battle pass tokens. Now, a bit of a public service announcement. There's quite a lot of these in this video. Remember that you don't have to spend your tokens between the battle pass seasons. And so the current battle pass is going to finish at the end of August, but your tokens will remain for the battle pass event that will happen for the 3 months after that. So some people have been questioning, well, how can I get the Cobra because I can't get enough tokens? Well, just don't spend your tokens now. Let them roll over. The only thing that you have to spend are your points. If you complete the battle pass, and if you complete all 3 stages of the battle pass each season, then I believe you get a load of points that you can then spend either on bonds or crew or skins. So make sure you spend those because they won't roll over. However, what we'll do is your tokens, and that's how you can get yourself the more expensive tanks, even if you're a free-to-play player. I'm planning on saving all of mine from this season, and I'm thinking about getting a Cobra on my free-to-play account. Although it's kind of a bit tricky to decide, because if Wargaming make it cheaper, I'll be kind of like wasting all of my tokens, because I could just buy it next season when it's cheaper. But then again, there's no guarantee that they're ever going to sell the Cobra again, because it's just that much of an outrageous tank. So the AE Phase 1, it's just a vehicle that I don't ever really think about or don't ever really play. Not because it's not a good tank on a ridgeline, it really is. It's a very solid vehicle. I think it's just because there are tanks like the Concept in the game that are just so much faster that just kind of deem it irrelevant. But Johnny is here to say, hey QuickyBaby, you should totally shut up and give the AE Phase 1 the respect it deserves, as they've already managed to finish off 3 tanks, make that 4 tanks, changing a 1 versus 3 situation on a hill to now being a 1 versus 1 against a full health TVP T50/51. And let's just pause to take this moment here for a second. Johnny is against nearly 7,000 hit points on the enemy team, albeit they've got pretty much all of their hit points. They're against multiple tier 10 tanks, of which at least one of them, this TVP, is currently full health. So, Johnny K97 of the European server, take it away, mate. Show us what you've got in this 1 versus 7. And firstly, it looks like this TVP is struggling to find a position where they can pen the A Phase 1. Now, the TVP actually has really low penetration for a tier 10 medium tank, only 246, I believe. And so that means that you can't just fire willy-nilly at the front of an AE Phase 1. Johnny is showing you a couple of things here. Firstly, how important it is to hit the tracks of your opponents. Secondly, that if he rams his opponent's tracks, not only is he doing micro amounts of damage, and actually not micro, he managed to ram about 200 to 250 damage there against the TVP, which brought them down to being a one-shot for that final shell. And just like that, Johnny has already changed his 1 versus 7 into a 1 versus 6. Now up to 5 kills and 4,300 damage and 1,200 assistance. This is the kind of game that you would already be proud of if you were playing the AE Phase 1. Alright, so now Johnny is going to make their way down the slope. And he's kind of in this bit of a tricky scenario where you're 1 against 6, but also the enemies are starting to pressure the cap circle. Luckily, it's an encounter, so he has a larger amount of time to be able to defend the cap circle. Unfortunately, there are 2 people in it, so even though he's got a larger amount of time, he's still going to have to make his way there. Johnny hasn't fired a single gold round this game so far, and is only using a large repair kit, which is actually free on the AE Phase 1. He doesn't have to pay for, so he's about as free to play as he can get up until this point. Wow, big mistake there by the Jagdpanzer E100, missing Johnny's lower plate and hitting his right track, doing no damage to him, which allows Johnny to be able to isolate the 257. Realizing he's going to get tagged in the back by the Leopard prototype, having finished off the tier 9 Soviet heavy tank, is now going to race towards the Jagdpanzer E100 to put a flanking shell in for 480. Irrelevant, because the next shell is going to destroy them whether or not that was a high round. And wow, the Jagdpanzer E100 chokes a gold round penetration on Johnny, and the Leopard prototype trying to flank Johnny actually ends up crashing into his tracks, doing 421 damage to himself. But Johnny, calm down. Looks like you bounced maybe a heat round there off the Leopard prototype. Johnny realizes this and starts loading AP against the weakly armored tier 9 German medium tank and proceeds to brawl his way through these situations. The Leopard is firing gold, which means he's got a tremendous amount of penetration, but not enough to deal with Johnny there, who rams yet once again. Johnny, with 2 tanks inside the cap circle still, has 53 seconds left to be able to make it there. But another contender steps up. It's AE Phase 1 versus AE Phase 1. Johnny's on 7,300 damage now, changed his 1 versus 7 into a 1 versus 3. But there is now an equal opponent on the enemy team. It's not like the AE Phase 1 is better than a Jagdpanzer E100 or a TVP in this situation. And wow, did you just see? The enemies reset the cap circle, which means that Johnny's got another 1 minute and 25 seconds to be able to handle this AE Phase 1 and then be able to get back towards the base. Now be careful, Johnny, when you're firing heat in these situations, you really don't want to hit the gun on the enemy AE Phase 1. But luckily managed to go through, and Johnny's 1 shot away from being able to finish them off, and actually managed to reload before the AE Phase 1 in that situation. And IS-7 hits a high explosive shell from the left-hand side of Johnny's tank. Now up to 9 kills and nearly 10,000 combined. changing his 1 versus 7 into a 1 versus 2. Johnny seems clearly flustered, and while his team are clearly in awe at what Johnny's doing, Johnny seems to be making his way up here as if he's going to be able to spot anyone who's in the cap circle, but actually manages to find the IS-7. All right, if Johnny can use his good hold down capacity here, then maybe he's going to be able to get a shot into them. And I think what Johnny's hoping right now is that the enemy will continue to reset the cap circle. Maybe that E-100 is going to leave, which is clearly the only tank left in there. But then again, the E-100 only has about 600, 700 hit points left, Johnny. Do you really think that the E-100 is going to reset that cap circle? Well, I guess Johnny's just going to have to hope for it. But there's 1 kill away from Johnny to be able to get... Oh my word, I just realized he's trying to do HT-12 sturdy armor as well. Hopefully the IS-7's going to be able to bounce off him to try and do one of the hardest missions in the game. Now with only a couple of seconds left, the IS-7 nowhere to be seen. The E-100 caps out, and then the IS-7 comes around the corner, but it's just too late for Johnny to be able to get a Pools medal. An absolute heartbreak here. Johnny, you did everything that could possibly be asked of a player in that 1 versus 5 scenario, and you came out on top. The only thing that I didn't like is arguably you should always try and progress towards the cap circle, and maybe when you had that Leopard prototype, you needed to start making your way there. Or alternatively, when you were over towards the north position here, and you were located up here, maybe you should have been able to make your way down and across to be able to go up and over towards the cap circle. But look, that is me splitting hairs on what was a fabulous game of World of Tanks. Johnny, K97, congratulations to you on a mammoth game in the AE Phase 1. And you were down, but you weren't out of this game. It's unbelievable that you managed in a tier 9 vehicle against so many tier 10 tanks to nearly get your team back in it. It was an absolute pleasure to watch. So an ace tanker here for Johnny with 1,338 base experience. Now let me clarify. When you lose, if you get one of the Battle Hero medals that Johnny got, like the Radley Walters medal for destroying 9 tanks, the Steel Wall medal for blocking a tremendous amount of damage, and a High Caliber for dealing 8,500 damage in this game, you also get something called Courageous Resistance, and that is compensation experience. And so Johnny actually got 2,179 base experience equivalent if he had won this battle. And even without a premium account, Johnny still made a decent amount of profit. And I can't sit here and have Johnny not have some premium time. And so Johnny, I've got some codes left over from when I went to Tank Fest, this collector's edition code that has some premium tanks on it and also 3 premium days. So I will be sending that to you via a whisper in-game on the European server, Johnny. So make sure you get your hands on that and use it quickly because it's going to expire in September. So once again, Johnny, thank you so much for uploading this incredible game on the What Replays website and putting QB in the title. And I agree, you could have pushed a little bit more, my friend, but that would have been almost a little too good. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that was it for today. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And all that's left to say is just a massive thank you to all of you for being with me on the channel over the last 10 years. I wouldn't be going on holiday and wouldn't be lucky enough to be able to create more content to release while I'm there without all of you. So I hope you all enjoy it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to be able to get those releases as they come out. And yeah, if you really want to see what I get up to on my holiday, then me and Tanya will try and put out some content on Instagram for all of you. Either way, once again, thank you very much. And today is it's the Sunday, so of course I've got a tech tree showcase before I have to leave. And seeing how the T110E3 is going to be top of the tree in August, and I'm going to be away, I'm going to be featuring it a little bit early today. And so come along right now on twitch.tv/QuickyBaby if you want to see the entirety of the American heavily armored tank destroyer line. And so you can get prepared for when it's discounted in just a couple of weeks. So really looking forward to seeing you all live right now on twitch.tv/QuickyBaby for the final stream for a couple of weeks. It just blows my mind to think that. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.